Yeah, I'm an adult. Sorry, I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Me. I'm the one who puts out the content that's entertaining.
Hello, and welcome to James the Lesser Express Sign, where we get you in and out as fast as possible with DSPs. Finally figured out what's going on with the memberships, guys. Most likely, the second he saw 500 subs drop into his lap, or memberships, whatever, he went, yes, that's over $1,000. Spend, 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 spend. Unfortunately, it wasn't in American dollars. It wasn't even in Canadian dollars. It was in Argentinian dollars. Pesos, whatever they use. I don't know. But let's watch.
Speaking of that, I think it's time to now get to the subject at hand that everyone wants to know about, right? Let's do it. Let's talk about it, because finally I have my definitive answer of what's been going on this last week and a half with these member bombs. All right? So let's review what I'm talking about so you get the full story now in one section. I'm sure OP Boone will timestamp this video with AI, and this will be the start of the story of the member bomb nonsense that's been going on, because I finally got all the answers. Why do I have all the answers? Because people can't keep their mouths shut. Seriously, most of the time when these kind of things happen, if people just kept their mouths shut, no one would ever figure them out. But people...
Except YouTube gave you a list of things that it could be. And the fact that the memberships were from a country with a cheaper currency was one of the things on the list. So YouTube told you about this jackass. I want to punch you in the fucking face.
Can't help it. They just gotta brag. They gotta go, stroke their EP-ness on forums somewhere. The big assy code coming out of their crotch and stuff. They can't resist. And so because of that, all this stuff finally comes to light. And now the reason I'm telling this story is twofold. Number one, I do want you guys to know what's really going on. But number two, I feel like this is a cautionary tale for anyone right now who's making content on YouTube. It might actually affect other sites as well. But right now, I'm only aware of this being something going on YouTube. Okay? So allow me to explain.
That foreign countries have different levels and values of currency? No, never!
Last week, on the 7th of January, I received 200 gifted memberships from someone named Nikita. This is someone who I'd never spoken with before, had no idea who they were. No one had any idea who they were. But it was 4 bombs of 50 memberships, totaling 200 that day. And everyone was stoked because they got divvied out. People actually received them, and they were using their emotes, and they had the tags and badges and everything, and everyone was super excited for this. Like, wow, this is neat. Obviously, I was happy. I love it when my community gets rewarded like that. It's...
Except you're bitching now because, yes, they got the memberships, but you didn't get the money. If you really cared about your community getting those benefits, you wouldn't fucking care. If someone showed up to my chat and dropped a 100 membership bomb, but I only got $4 for it, fuck do I care? Unlike you, DSP, I have a job. So if I only made $4 off of a 100 membership bomb, alright. Someone showed up and dropped 1,000 memberships, and oh no, I only got paid $40 for those 1,000 memberships. The only thing I'm gonna be bitching about is like, man, that's a lot of fucking emotes to make. I gotta come up with ideas. I'll probably have to go on YouTube like, alright guys, poll time. What emotes would you like to see? Because I have, fuck, 1,000 of them. Probably, what, 20, 30 of them? Alright guys, I need to make 20 more emotes. What do you guys want for emotes? That's right, I get 1,000 membership bomb. The only thing I'm gonna be worried about is like, fuck, that's a lot of emotes to make. And I better make sure to remember to post the link to the Discord and membership only post. Not DSP. DSP gets 500 members dropped on his ass. Guys, I didn't get the money. Okay, and you just said that you were so happy for your community to benefit from this. But obviously, you don't care about the community.
It's one thing if I get a contribution, because that directly helps me in the business. But when the community also makes out, that's really cool. And I knew with all these new playthroughs coming up that people were going to enjoy having access to the emotes and the badges and everything. You were going to have a great time with it, right? So it made me feel great. Oh, wow, feeling of community and, support and grow. The next day, January 8th, I receive another member bomb of 200 members from the same person. Now, I just want you to think about this. My memberships in the United States cost $3.99 each. So this person buying 4...
So he gets $2.80 per membership. So he saw 400 of them, goes, OMG, guys. That's 400 memberships at $2.80 a piece that I get to keep. That's $1,100.20, guys. He immediately went on WWE Champions the second the stream was over and spent that. I'm going to get this next month. I'm going to get this next month, so it doesn't matter if I spend it now. Oh, wait a minute. But you're not getting that money. Womp womp.
400 members in 2 days. Essentially just spent. Think about how much money they just spent. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money. I mean, that's
1,600
ridiculous
plus
amount of money
tax.
that they just spent, right?
But thankfully,
gotta
it wasn't
wonder,
1,600 plus tax.
Is it really legit? Did they just spend over $1,000 to support this channel and the community? You always got to ask, because it's a difference between if it's someone you know, if it's someone who's a regular in the chat, and they've been here for years, and they're a long-standing fan, and they say, I just want to help out everyone. Here we go. Then I would
I still feel that it's OIC just fucking with Phil to get the attention.
immediately trust it. But as you guys know, I've been through the ringer over the years. I've seen so many different ways of trolling, chargebacks, crimes committed against me in attempts to try to fuck with me and my business and my livelihood. And so whenever I see something like this, right, I tend to be very skeptical. Now, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, right? But at the same time, you got to wonder. So basically, after a couple of days, I started looking at my YouTube revenue, and no revenue seemed to be recorded for those 400 gifted memberships. To which I'm like, now I'm skeptical. I'm like, how could I have gotten 400
Some revenue was recorded, just not $1,120.
memberships, but no real increase in income those 2 days? It doesn't seem to make sense, right? And some people were starting to say things like, oh, well, maybe what it was these people were from another country, like Nikita, whoever Nikita is. Maybe Nikita is from another country, and in their country, memberships cost something different. So maybe you did get paid, but you got paid less than what you would have thought. So instead of making, you know, if it's a $4 membership, I would have made like $2.50 a membership, but maybe not. Maybe in their country, it's way cheaper. So maybe you make
$280, 70%, jackass. Have you been doing this for 15 years and you don't know what the... How did you go to school, become the valedictorian of your high school, and not know what 70% of $4 is?
paid like $1 a membership instead. Can you confirm that? And I looked. No, I didn't even get that. Like, I didn't get $400 for 400 memberships. Like, no, there's like nothing there, right? So I'm like, definitely that can't be it either. So what could it be, right? So a couple days pass. It hits January 10th. Okay? And on January 10th, I get gifted another 100 memberships. This time from someone whose name is Duty. Now at this point, I'm
Call of
skeptical.
Duty.
I'm like, since those first 400 memberships didn't seem to count for anything, could these be real? So I go check this person's YouTube channel. All right, and their YouTube channel has existed since 2021, so it's not a new like dummy account, but they definitely changed the name. The name was something different previous. I couldn't tell what it was, but you could tell they had just changed the name to say Duty. Now here's the thing. As you know, one of my detractors' names is
Tractors, yay, Call of Duty, shout out.
Duty, or Duty Streams or something. I mean, what a big-brained fucking person to name themselves Duty. I mean, you're a real fucking genius.
Really, this is from the guy who can't stop making scat jokes?
Right? You can name yourself anything on the planet, and you name yourself after fecal matter. That's pretty impressively smart, isn't it? Anyway, so I'm thinking this person is probably trying to spoof my detractor. Maybe even give him like a razz, right? So I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know, this one even more than Nikita is probably questionable. Because now you can tell this is an account that just changed their name. They changed it purposefully to a detractor's name, right? But the thing was, the memberships went out, and people got them, and people had all the benefits. It wasn't like these memberships went out, people were like, oh, what happened? They're fake. I can't use the emotes. I can't use... No, they all worked. Okay? So within 3
So for your community, they got the benefit.
days, well, 4 day, a 4-day span, I got 500 gifted memberships on this channel, right? Okay. So, as you know, the weekend happened and all of that. My day off happened last week and everything. And I come back to streams this week, and I basically told you guys at the beginning of the week, it's weird that it's not recording any income for those gifted memberships, and now there's 500 of them. And none of them are recorded as revenue. And I'm like, something definitely gives here, right? In the meantime, someone else came on these streams by the name of X-Hooligan. And this person did a series of super chats, as well as 50 gifted memberships. But this person started speaking in Spanish. And then we were using Google Translate to try to figure out what they were saying. Well, one of the things that they said, all right, was something like, oh, so I like your content, but I have to go poop. You mean like duty? You see what I mean? So basically, this guy is probably the same person. All right? But now they're pushing the envelope even further. Not only are they doing fake gifted memberships of some kind, but now they're
not fake. You're just not getting paid $4, $288 after the cut and all that for them. But you're still getting paid. Just not as much as you feel you deserve.
actually trying to get attention on the streams as well by doing super chats and getting me to respond. Do you understand? So at first, you know, I was responding positively to this stuff. But this person, after a couple days, kept doing these super chats in Spanish, and After a while, I started to see a pattern brewing, okay? And basically, after seeing that pattern, I kind of started to figure out what might have been going on. Because there's something that happens here on YouTube that, to my knowledge, is an exploit. I don't know if it's actually, like, purposeful or legal. It seems to be an exploit. What is an exploit? An exploit means that someone has found a loophole in a system that should not exist and was not part of the original design of the system, yet they found a way to use it for personal gain or benefit. Okay? And you might say, exploit, well, what's the exploit? All right? So here's what I'm to understand.
Trying begging that you're broke and you're going to lose your house while flying a woman across the country multiple times. Oh, not that exploit, because that one you used.
And people can correct me on this because I only know of this from people telling me and through my research basically last night, where I found out through someone contacting me and telling me. This always happens too. People contact me behind the scenes and they'll be like, Phil,
A random person sent me an email, guys. Totally.
just so you know, we found out what really is going on. For example, when I got kicked out of Twitch, the partner program 2.5 years ago, now it's almost 3 years ago. At first I had no clue what happened and Twitch wouldn't respond, and then someone behind
Because you were using racist slurs over and over again.
the scenes contacted me and sent me all the information and said, here's literally the anti-DSP campaign that was sent to Twitch to make you look awful. Obviously, it's completely
Easy to do when you keep using racist slurs.
false and out of context. It was like a compilation of my worst moments of like 15 years, right? And they sent it to Twitch and said, basically, Twitch had to basically get you out of the partner program, because if they didn't and someone complained, then how would they pretend like they're woke because of the stuff you've said over the years, right? So I'm like, wow. So basically, I got punished for things I did like 10, 15 years ago.
Guys, I murdered those children like 10 years ago. How are you going to hold me responsible now for the murder of those children 10 years ago, guys? It's bullshit.
Because Twitch has gone fully woke, and they don't want anyone who's ever said risque commentary on their site, despite the fact I've been partnered with them for ages, and they never had an issue with it before, and I don't do it now. That's very interesting, okay?
Your latest slave trade joke was what, last year? Or was that earlier this year? I mean, oh no, I guess it is 2024, so it was last year. Keep forgetting that it's 2024 already.
So anyway, that's just one example. So someone sent me information and said, we have seen that there's this person who is bragging stupidly on various forums about doing this to you.
Kiwi
All right?
forums.
And what it is this
It's the only
exploit
forums.
is that what they do is they use a VPN. If you don't know what that is, it means it's basically a way to make it look like you are in a certain region or country of the world, even though you're not. It's a way to get around if like an IP address is blocked in your country, you can use a VPN to still access that IP address. It protects your identity in a way, okay? So basically, what people have found is that there's particular countries where if you go to YouTube under that country, okay, that location, YouTube's pricing is completely wrong. It's not that the pricing is cheaper, it's that it's just fucking wrong.
It's not wrong. It's just cheaper because their currency is cheaper. DSP, you finished valedictorian at your high school. I would still put money on his dad doing his homework. You went to college. You graduated from college. Once again, daddy helped him with that. I don't care what anyone says. Daddy helped him with that shit. Some way, somehow. Which would be why he went from computer sciences to business management, because daddy didn't know anything about computers. So he had to switch his major. If I go to Canada, guess what? My money's worth more. If I go to Europe, my money's worth less, because as far as I know, the euro was worth more than the dollar. Although that fluctuates, and that's another thing, DSP. Currencies fluctuate all the time. If I was to get $1,000 from United Kingdom 1 month, oh wow, it translated to this much money. I don't know, $680. If someone showed up 2 months later and gave me £1,000 from United Kingdom, because of whatever, now I'm getting $692. Well, I got an extra $12 for the exact same amount of pounds. Jackass.
Okay. Now, I don't know specifically what countries it is. Apparently one of them is a
Argentina.
Spanish-speaking country. Okay? So if you so for example, right now, if you're in the United States and you want to become a member of DSP Gaming, it's $3.99. That's the pricing that I'm able to control, and that's it. I don't control international pricing. YouTube does. So apparently people found a way to use a VPN to pretend like they live in another country, and when they do that, it changes all the pricing of everything on YouTube. Completely wrong. It's not a correct rate.
Could you imagine you go on to Steam and Steam is charging you 70 American dollars when $1 American was worth 100 of your dollars? Like, gee, I'm going to spend $70,000 on this game. Or they changed the pricing to match that country. Just saying.
Great. Like some people say, oh, it's exchange rates. No, it's not. It's an exploit. YouTube's pricing is fucked up for certain countries, and it's not right. So basically what this person did is they used a VPN to log in as another country, and they went and bought hundreds of memberships for like pennies, right? So think about this. They bought 50 memberships, and if they did that in the United States, that would be like $4 times 50. That's $200. They were able to get it for like 50 cents because it's fucked up.
It wasn't 50 cents. It was more than that. But pretty much that's what they're doing. But your community still gets the memberships. They still get the benefits. You still, well, all right, the people that work for you for free get the benefit of making you more emotes. You gotta get a hold of them. Guys, I need 4 more emotes. I need those 4 emotes now, guys. Give me 4 more emotes. No, I'm not gonna pay you. Right now you're banned from talking to me. But, you know, make sure you make the emotes for me. But nope. More emotes, more in your community. Not good enough. He needs that money. He needs it now because, you know, he already fucking spent the money.
Completely broken. So they bought 200, then they used another account, they bought 100, and now this EX Hooligan did it and did 50. 550 memberships purchased via a VPN exploit that should not exist and has incorrect pricing, and they bought 550 memberships for like $2. So you might be like,
it wasn't $2. He's exaggerating. It was more than that. He probably, those 550, someone posted on Twitter, it's not $2. It's more than that, but it's not the $1,120 he was hoping to get.
So why didn't I see the revenue? Well, I did. I made $2 on
You made more than that, jackass. Shut the fuck up.
all those memberships. So how would I even have known that's what it was? There's no way you could record that and it would make any sense. How would you know? Right? So to confirm this, there's been super chats that have been coming in from people, and they look huge. For example, someone will do a super chat and it'll be red, and red means it's the highest tier of super chat. Okay? And you're like, whoa, it's a red super chat. That means it's very valuable. But when you actually currency convert it from whatever this Spanish currency is that the super chat is, and you convert it to USD, it's like $1 or less. So yeah, it's basically YouTube is fucked up. They have this glitch or exploit, a whole.
Not a glitch or an exploit. They're a international community out there that uses YouTube. YouTube is one of the most used websites in the world. It is worldwide. I have members and audiences, people watching me from all over the world. So do you, DSP. Should someone from, I don't know, trying to think of a country that would be on YouTube but have a not good currency. Oh, we'll use Argentina. Says this is what's going on right now. Should a fan from Argentina not be allowed to support you because, oh, I don't have 10 USD. I only have, 22 cents USD, but I want to support DSP by buying a membership for myself. No, they should be allowed to buy a membership. If it costs them 22 cents and you got 70% of that, then hey, you got another member on your channel. You get enough of those, you get to make more emotes. And if you're like me, you get more people to your Discord. Not DSP though. He only wants the money. That's the only benefit he sees in memberships, is him getting money.
Hole in the system where people are working around, where they live and buying things on YouTube insanely cheap. And apparently it's not just me. Apparently this has been going on for months. Like people have been going to YouTube streamers and dropping hundreds of gifted memberships on their channels. And the people are like, oh my God, this is amazing. This could be like life-changing money for me. You just gave me $1,000. And then they make like 25 cents. And they're like, huh?
Womp womp. But that's what he did. That's what he did. Mister, I don't watch other streamers. How would you know what's being done to other streamers when you don't watch them? This is what happened to you. You thought you got a ton of money dropped to your lap. You thought someone showed up, he said in total is what, $550? So you thought you got $1,540 dropped into your lap. You went out and you immediately spent on WWE Champions and Street Fighter Duel and whatever other gacha games you're playing. You spent that money the second you fucking could. And then, 2 days later, it's not showing up my account, guys. It's not showing up my analytics, guys. I'm starting to get nervous here, guys. Guys, why is it not showing up my analytics, guys? Guys, help!
I want you to think about how fucked up that is. Now, here's the thing. Me, it's not that huge of a deal. I'm not dependent on or expecting to get that kind of crazy income out of gifted memberships, right? But for someone, imagine someone like they're a small-time streamer.
But you claim you're the small-time streamer. Especially whenever you attack someone, then they fight back. Go, but I'm the small guy. Look at me. I'm just a small guy. Why are you going to go after me? I'm such a small guy.
And they're sitting here, and they're live streaming, and someone comes on their stream and says, oh, I'm going to be like a, what do they call that? Like a philanthropist. I'm just dropping on random YouTube streams today, and I'm helping people, right? So here we go. I'm just going to gift you. And they gift 500 memberships to their community. And they're like, oh, my God, I can't believe this is like life-changing money for me. And it doesn't count. They don't get it. They get a quarter, a nickel. Like, what the fuck? So, now here's the deal, all right? Basically, you might say, well, how is this allowed? It's not. It doesn't matter how much YouTube pretends like it is. It's not, because it's an exploit.
It is allowed. Foreign countries exist, DSP. Other countries exist. I know you think the world revolves around the United States of Phil, but guess what? United States of Phil is not the only country in the world. There's South Korea. There's Japan, there's Australia, there's Poland, there's Italy, there's France, there's Germany, there's United Kingdom. There's countries all over this great big world. And guess what? Some of their currency is worth more than ours. Some of it isn't.
The difference would be if this was correct. If this was a proper like currency conversion, then it would be correct. But it's not. It's not a proper currency conversion. It's an exploit. So in reality, when people do this, they're breaking the law, and YouTube, every time that they enable this,
Argentina existing is breaking the law, guys.
Also is kind of breaking their own terms of service, or not terms of service, excuse me, their own partnership contract, okay? If this becomes a huge thing on YouTube, and this starts happening en masse to tons of YouTubers, that's a lawsuit against YouTube. And they're going to have a hard time defending themselves. They are, because this is a problem. This is a giant hole.
I need to sue to make it so Argentina no longer exists, guys. God, I'd love to see that lawsuit.
Where people can just lie and buy things on the cheap, and that affects people's businesses, right? Imagine if you were...
Might affect your business. If someone showed up and dropped 1,000 memberships on my channel, first I'd freak the fuck out because holy shit. Let's say 2 days later, I finally got all the emotes made after doing polls and stuff like that, and my Discord was just going nuts because I got all these new people in my Discord. I'm like, huh. On the day that they were gifted... only got a boost of $47. Huh. Must have been from Argentina or something. But you know what I wouldn't have done? I would not have immediately gone out and spent the money. Like, guys, I'm about to get $2,000 from this 1,000 memberships, guys. I immediately went out and spent $2,000. No, I'm not even going to do that. I'm like, huh. I have a really nice check on the 21st next month. And then, oh no, it's only $47. Well, fuck, that'd still be $47, guys. I'm like, DSP, I have a real job, so $47, $4,700, I'll take it. Because unlike him, I know how to not immediately spend all the money as soon as I think I get it.
Running a restaurant, and someone walked into your restaurant and says, well,
oh God, the restaurant. You're not a restaurant, DSP.
I have a coupon that says that I get everything on the menu for a nickel. Like, what the fuck is this? Hey, you gotta honor the coupon, tough shit.
There is actually shit like that. What was it? I think it was McDonald's. To promote the McDonald's app, you had to have location on your app, but if you ordered a Big Mac from a Burger King parking lot, you got it for like a quarter. And guess what? People did a little bit of exploiting on that. Where they'd be like, all right, I'm going to have 6 accounts made. All right, I just ordered 6 Big Macs for $1.50 because they paid a quarter a piece. Because I ordered them from Burger King parking lot. Restaurants have done that to promote their business, to promote their app, or you get the coupons of like, hey, you order an entree, you get the appetizer for $1. Any appetizers, like, ooh, I'm going to get this really expensive appetizer I wouldn't normally get, but I'm going to be paying $1 for it. I got to buy the entree to go with it, but restaurants do that, DSP. You would know that if you left the house without going, all right, time to spend as much money as possible. Do I go to Taco Bell and spend $8 on food? Or I go to this restaurant and spend $80 on food? I gotta spend 80. Jackass.
Right? No, that's bullshit. I'm not going to give you everything for free. What are you, out of your fucking mind? But, you know, again, here's the problem with YouTube. Like I already told you earlier. Talking to YouTube support, you might as well talk to the painting behind me. Because I will get a better response from the painting than
And that painting is still smarter than you are.
talking to YouTube support. And I have an example of this, okay? About 2 years ago, I found
This is all bullshit.
that there was a huge bug on YouTube. I found it myself because I was clicking
you
around
didn't.
and doing stuff, and you know, I was like, oh my god, this is a humongous liability for YouTube. If they don't fix this, this could break the site. So I contacted YouTube support and I gave them step-by-step instructions on how it works. Screen captures, everything. YouTube argued with me for 2 weeks that I was wrong. 2 weeks. And I kept telling them, no, I'm not. Here's the evidence. I don't want to hear you give me a form letter. I don't want to hear this bullshit. This is a huge site exploit. You need to fix it. So after 2 weeks
After 2 weeks of him making up this story,
of me hammering them and saying it's real, give it to someone to review, YouTube support closed my conversation, and I didn't hear from them again. And within 1 month, it was fixed. They closed the problem. They repaired it behind the scenes.
you keep telling yourself that, DSP.
Okay? So it's not that YouTube doesn't fix these issues. It's that they drag their feet when they do, and they fight you because they actually think they're so smart that
They are smart. They have real college degrees that daddy didn't do all the homework on.
there's no way that they could possibly have an issue like this on the site. Like, no way, man. An exploit like that, there's no way that exists. We're smarter than that. We're all Ivy League trained. We're all professional brainiacs over here at Google. I mean, we
They
can
are.
fucking eat pomegrapples and slide down slides and do Pilates during one of our fucking classes during our workday. There's no possible way that we could have a problem with the site. You're out of your mind. But then come to find out, every time people are right, and then they fix the problems behind the scenes, right?
And who do you think fixes those problems? The people that at the Ivy Leagues and do those Pilates classes.
So this is definitely a problem right now. Now, here's the thing. Now I'm aware of it.
It's only a problem for you. 99.99% of the people on YouTube, someone dropped 1,000 members on them or 550 or whatever it was. You know what they're going to be complaining about? Like, fuck, that's a lot of emotes to make. Now, DSP, for DSP, it's guys, I already spent the money. What the fuck am I going to do now? I already spent it.
And when I see people come in here and I see these super chats and things coming out, I'm just going to ban these people on site and not even respond. So if you notice, a super chat comes in and it's, a foreign currency and it's someone saying something stupid, I'm just going to ban and just
He's going to ban foreign countries, guys. How dare foreign countries exist?
move on with my day and ignore them. All right? Now, I can't stop people from using a site exploit. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't make YouTube fix the fucking problem. All right? You would think that now that I've talked about this publicly, that it would become knowledge that people would want to fix. But again, no one listens to Darkside Phil. To me, I'm no one, right?
Why should they listen to you? You're a jackass.
Nobody. I'm some idiot. There's no possible
You
way that
are.
I could know anything about this or know anything important. So obviously,
You don't.
me saying this, I might as well be telling this story to this painting, because the rest of the internet treats me like a dumb meme rather than a human who knows shit.
You're a dumb
'Cause I've been
meme.
around the block for 15 fucking years. I know what I'm talking about.
No, you don't. That's the funniest part. You've been doing this for 15 years and you still don't know shit.
Might as well tell Mega Man about it. Maybe Mega Man will throw the Shadow Blade at YouTube and fix the problem, right? But you would definitely hope that someone would listen and try to fix this problem, okay? So if more fake stuff comes in, there's nothing I can do about it, all right? But I can wholeheartedly tell
Stop
you,
being a
after
whiny
investigating the
bitch.
situation,
Because again, it's not fake. It's just not USD or pounds or euros.
after having basically looked at forum posts and all the evidence, I have 550 fake memberships on the channel right now. They're not real. No one paid for them. It's good that you guys have
They were paid for. They just weren't paid $4 for. Jackass.
the benefits from them. That's amazing. But the problem is, the whole point of this leaderboard down here is to show how I'm doing support-wise on a stream.
I.e. money. The whole point of the board down there is to show money. Money, money, money. Money. That's all he cares about.
Correct? And when you see 1,147 memberships, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Wow, that's a lot of members. Phil's doing really good for himself, right? That's not true. That's a misconception based on 550 memberships I'm not going to get paid for. Okay?
You're going to get paid for. Just not as much as you were hoping.
So that's not right. Because now what will happen is people will come by and look at that and say, wow, Phil's doing well off for himself. He's got tons of support. He doesn't need help today. I'll come back in a couple weeks maybe when things are slower and I'll help him then. And that's bullshit.
That's bullshit. I need that money now, guys, to pay my bills. The WWE Champions bill, the Total Wine bill, the Street Fighter Duel bill.
Make my living on that. This is my main income down here. You understand? There's no behind the scenes agreements that I have with companies to pay me to show their products.
You got behind the scenes agreements with Derek, apparently. Apparently, Derek was one of the people who donated RoboCop to him. And donated the Grinch game to him that he played for his Christmas marathon.
This is what I make my living on, and that can hurt me concretely. All right? So, enough is enough. Right now, I'm fixing the fucking members total to be appropriate to what I really have. I have 500.
They are real. You're just not getting paid $4 a piece. Jackass.
50 fake memberships. So if you subtract 600, or excuse me, 500, you're at 647. And if you subtract the other 50, right, you're at 597. In reality, I currently have 597 members. That's the accurate number. And so,
No, you have over 1,000. You're just not getting paid $4 a piece.
so what I would like to do today is get 610. Okay? It's only fair that I properly adjust it so people actually know what I have. Because that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair to you or me to have people think that this community is doing so much better than it is because someone used a fucking exploit on YouTube that they need to fix on their end and I have no control over. All right? So there you go.
DSP. Global company. YouTube. The globe watches, the globe supports. I'm going to laugh at someone from United Kingdom gives a $10 super chat and pound, or not $10, a £10 super chat, not a dollar one. And oh, that's foreign ban. ESP, pound is worth more than $1, so he actually gave you more than $10. Ah, it's foreign. It can't be. Ring. Now you're banned too for trying to explain to me that I'm a fucking moron.
There you go. Now it is what it is. Now listen, that's still a great amount of members. I'm not disappointed about that. And typically around this time of year, that's about the amount of members that I would actually have regardless. But the problem now is, this month my income is way down because there's no ad revenue to go around on YouTube at all. Like literally nothing. So ad revenue that I had over the last few months in the fall, I don't have. If you would like to support the streams, by all means, please do. And by the way, now that we've confirmed what was really going on, gifted memberships do help this channel. We know that now. As long as they're legit and people aren't abusing the fucking system and using an illegal exploit, all right, I will get credit for memberships and gifted memberships. So if you wanted to gift memberships to the community, yes, thank you. That would help a lot. All right. Same thing. Super chats, never had a problem with. Tips, never had a problem with. By all means, if you want to contribute via those means.
You've had issues with all those before, though.
Please do. All right. But I am now going to leave this adjusted for the month. 550 members really don't exist. I'm not going to count them for the channel and make it look like I'm doing way better than I am because that's bullshit. Okay? Okay. Excuse me. All right. So, that's the deal. I know that sounds crazy, but does it sound as crazy as the fact that there was a Comcast employee that for years was actually messing with
You still haven't proven that either, jackass.
my internet from internally in Comcast? But that really happened. Does it sound as crazy as the fact that not once but twice I had people catfishing my entire community, pretending to be a fan so they could get in as a moderator, only to then after the fact try to leak information about my mods and also mess with my chat?
They were a fan, then you pissed them off, and they decided instead of just leaving right then and there to fuck with you because you pissed them off. Just like with the Dutch brothers where you pissed them off by shitting on Jesus. It's like, the majority of your detractors used to be fans. Like Tevin. One of your biggest detractors used to be a fan, and then you shit on him, and then you pissed him off. And now, they're a detractor.
That really happened too. Does it sound as crazy as the fact that someone actually pretended to be an escort that I supposedly was paying to fly over from Europe repeatedly because I didn't have the ability to have a real relationship and I was blowing all my money on it? And then they were trying to catfish so that they could actually blackmail me later? Well, that really happened too. So you see what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff actually really happened. So as crazy as this story sounds, it's not as crazy as the other shit that's already really happened. So believe it. Okay? So, I mean, these people are wild and insane with the way that they act. And it's just out of control, all right? It's absolutely out of control. All right, oh, by the way, while we have a couple moderators on the stream, FYI, moderators who are here, because I didn't have a chance to mess.
Now, here's the thing. let's say after DSP crying about this, you realize, okay, instead of doing big membership bombs, do 10 at a time. Then do another 10. Then do another 10. And just keep doing that over and over again. So, all right, well, or you do 13. All right, we're at 610. Yay! Then tonight I'm going to have the goal be 625. Oh, wow, someone did 15. We're at 625. Yay! Huh. Only got like $2 for those. What the fuck? This crying and bitching about this isn't going to solve it. People can still be from a foreign country and support the channel. People can still use a VPN and support the channel. You can still get 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 1,000 members being dropped on you in a gift. But you're not going to get the $280 a piece for them.
Message everyone yet. This Sunday night, I'm planning on doing my first ever stream over on DSP Throwback. If you're a moderator and you can make it, please let me know, because what I need to do is set that channel up for the stream, and I haven't yet. So I need to get people moderated over there, like upgraded to moderators.
You spend a lot of time talking to your audience about your business finances. No other streamer does this. This is mental illness. You're about to get banned. Womp womp. Oh, and DSP just saw it. Paused perfectly when he just saw he's about to lean in manual ban.
If you're interested in helping, please.
There it is. Lean in manual
Send
ban.
me an email, because what I need to do is get you over there set up as moderators. So like Ponage, I saw you.
Oh, really? He didn't
I'll
ban
probably
yet?
talk to like Slayer later tonight.
Oh, he just let it go off the
and I
screen.
talked to some of my other moderators as well.
Oh,
I
there it
think
is.
Madara might help out. So I want to get all the moderators over there so that.
And I see all the emotes and
and
lean in manual ban.
Okay. So if you're interested, shoot me an email. I definitely could use some help. For as infrequently as I'm going to do streams on the Throwback channel, it's not a big deal. But I definitely need some help with that. So that way it's not just me trying to moderate when I'm doing stuff myself. Okay. So there you go. All right. So.
Ooh. Carlos is from Brazil, and it's $1.40 to become a member. I guess you're about to get banned because that's a foreign currency, Carlos. You're not allowed to be foreign. You had to be American.
King Be Cruel says, is it ironic your old Final Fantasy 13 channel is hijacked by someone who streams Spanish soccer on it? You know, I'll be honest with you guys. I have absolutely nothing against Spanish-speaking people. I've known tons of Spanish-speaking people of various different ethnicities over the course of my life who are very nice people. I don't think this is the case. That has anything to do with that. I just think it's a bunch of bad apples. Let's put it that way. It's a bunch of bad apples. And they try to spoil the bunch, but they're not going to spoil it for me. People in Spanish-speaking countries are nice people, in general, okay? But there's bad people everywhere, right? Exactly.
Yes, and you're one of them.
Exactly. All right. So now, without further ado, I think it's time for us to do some shout-outs.
I think it's time to end this video. Holy shit, this is a long one. But yes, DSP is a dumbass. Thank you for telling the world how to exploit this. Now anyone with a VPN. Alright, oh, here's 13. Yay, we reached the member goal. It is there. Guys, I've been reaching the membership goal every stream, but I'm not getting money from it. It's bullshit. I want my money, and I want it now. Already went on WWE Champions and spent it all. Dumbass. That though, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.